Sports Talk Nation, and a special edition here, a very short video. I had a great opportunity this afternoon, actually. I work, as many of you know, I work in the news department for WCTC 1450, and today I had an opportunity to go down to the Palace in Somerset for the Somerset Patriots Next 20 event, which is celebrating the previous 20 years of the Patriots and what they can do moving forward, potentially in the next 20 years. And of the guest panelists that were there, two very well-known baseball icons. Obviously, Sparky Lyle, who was the manager of the Patriots for a very, very long time, long-time pitcher for the Yankees as well. He was there on hand, and lo and behold, former Yankees skipper Joe Torre also was on hand. Got a chance to speak to both of them. Most of my questions are obviously dealing with the Somerset Patriots and what's going on, with Major League Baseball and its partnership with the Atlantic League. Of course, with many of the new rules that are in the Atlantic League, were as part of the agreement, may be instituted by Major League Baseball down the road. But one of the questions I did slip to Joe Torre was about, Joe Girardi heading to the Philadelphia Phillies. So take a listen. Nice to meet you. Mike with WCTC.
Mike, how are you?
Good. Just a couple of questions for you. Just your thoughts about what the Patriots are doing as far as moving forward for their next 20 years. They spoke about a lot of great things to bring fans to the ballpark and continue their success.
Well, to me, and you've seen it around the league too. The Cardinals have done it. The Atlanta Braves have it, to make it a destination. It's not the fact that you go and watch a ball game. You want to. It's an evening out. And I think what's important, and we're doing it at Major League Baseball, you really have to sense what the fans would like. It takes talent, but of course the business that Steve has been in, it's all about listening. Because, to me, I think that's the most important thing is you can say a lot of things, but you got to listen in order to make what you say make sense. And, it's first class. I'm a baseball fan. You can't be around it, since 1960 and not, it always seems brand new to me. And anytime, we can trumpet our game. You've done it differently, over the years, but you've got to keep tweaking.
Has Major League Baseball evaluated how the success has been for the Atlantic League and playing their rules and whether they can be used at some point down the road?
Well, again, I think it's great. In the second half of this past year, we've had testing the electronic strike zone, the size of the bases, different things. And I was great that the Atlantic League, was agreeable. And as I said, it wasn't something they said automatically. They wanted to make sure it didn't disrupt what they did. And it's really a benefit for us, because if it works here, then we can start it in the minor leagues, and who knows, eventually maybe get to the major league level.
Last question. Former Yankee manager Joe Girardi, now in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
About him?
Yeah, I talked to Joey the other day, actually, and, he had said he was interviewing, with the Mets. He interviewed in Philadelphia, and I think Philly's a good spot for him. It's been a great baseball town. Not that New York area isn't, but those people are hungry. And Joe Girardi has been tested. Not only that he's played for a number of years, but he's managed in the Big Apple, which gives you, I think, a little bit of an edge on dealing with the stress that goes with managing. I kidded with Sparky about it looks much easier from where we're sitting now. But, that magnifying glass is on you all the time. And I, in fact, I said to Joe the other day, I said, you need to get back in. I know you sat out, and I understand we all need that, when we manage for a time. But, I think he was chomping at the bit, and I'm glad he got an opportunity to manage an up-and-coming team.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joe.
Sure.
So, Sparky, first of all, just your thoughts on what the next 20 years may bring for Somerset Patriots.
I got to tell you, I'm very impressed, and it didn't surprise me that Mr. Caliver is doing all this. He's always been of that venue, but I don't know how many other ballparks just take it upon themselves to do this. I mean, from your perspective, I don't think you were expecting anything like this, were you?
No.
And I mean, it'll come to fruition. There isn't any doubt about it.
As a former manager yourself, also former Major League player, pitcher, your thoughts on this partnership with Major League Baseball and how it's worked so far now?
Oh, it's worked. It's worked pretty good. I mean, we're doing whatever they want us to do, and we're, what Major League Baseball is going to get out of this is the things that work and the things that doesn't. I'll talk about the TrackMan for a second. I think it's a very, very good thing if they can get it to work good all the time. And I think that's where they're at right now with it, is trying to get it to work all the time.
Absolutely. I guess the last question for you would be, when you look at the ballpark and look at some of the things they're talking about, Ferris wheels, new concession stands, just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Your thoughts about where it's coming from the beginning. You mentioned earlier about how you were thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to play 100 road games at the start. Now here we are at this point. Your thoughts about it?
Well, like I said, I think it's just a wonderful thing because, everybody enjoys that ballpark. And like I said, when I was talking up there, I can't tell you how many times during a night when I'm walking around or on the mezzanine, whenever, people just stop and, talk about how much they love coming there. Their kids love coming, and it's just ongoing all summer long. And I think this is Stephen's way of saying, hey, we're not going away. And like Joe Torre said, if you want to be good, you got to keep it up. You got to keep going.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Sounds pretty awesome, huh? And it was really just a great event to be part of. Have an opportunity to talk to those two guys, especially Joe Torre, who, an icon, baseball icon, won 4 World Series championships with the New York Yankees as a manager. You can't do better than that. And to get his take about Joe Girardi, a guy who now goes to the Phillies, as he said, Girardi wanted to manage. He wanted to manage badly. That's what a lot of reports were leading up to this moment today, where he goes to the Phillies. And the Phillies are indeed getting a very good manager. They are in good hands moving forward. And it certainly makes things a little bit more interesting in the NL East, for that matter. So remember, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Open Mic Program, @Open Mic NJ on Twitter. Remember to like and subscribe right here to the Sports Talk Nation. We'll talk to you next time.